So let's get cracking.
Mm-hmm.
You cue the dog now, or something will happen, the doorbell will ring or something like that.
It all adds to the experience.
It does. Welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
I'm James.
You are. There's always a big pause, and you always sort of, because I edit out the pause so people won't ever notice that. But I do wonder why you pause when you say I'm James.
I just pause to make the people wonder, will it be me this week or will it be somebody else? It also gives them an element. If you kept the pausing where they're thinking, is anything working? Is it not working? Is he really there?
Well, let's tell a story of things that are not working. For fuck's sake. We never have it easy on this podcast, do we?
No, I don't think so. But surely, if things were too easy, or as I always try and tell myself, as I was once told in the past, if it was too easy, it probably wouldn't be worth doing. I mean, a lot of the time that's very complete nonsense, but, just to try and make people feel better. But,
Yeah, that's definitely a load of bullshit. Yeah, that's definitely right. Because things should be easy. It would be nice if things could be easy. But there we have it. It doesn't matter. We're all sorted now. So basically, I've had a couple of computer issues before recording. So, yeah. Oh, I've gone through had to use two different laptops. One, I think, because the battery was completely dead. So, I think that's probably the reason why that one didn't work, but there we go.
That is how much she loves you, salty tadpoles, that she will persevere through all this chaos and pain and anger.
Yeah.
Notice anger's in there, so I can feel there's a Codswallop coming on. But she will put all that in just to ensure that you get your regular fix of Talking Codswallop.
Exactly. You guys just don't understand the pain I go through.
Nope. You don't. The agony, the pain. And in turn, I have to go through that pain because I have to hear about the problems.
Shut up. I have to listen to you as well.
I know. It's like, this is why we work so well.
Yeah, exactly. My mum thinks we should just get married and be done with it, James.
But when I envision it turned into like one of these suicide pact things with us. I know. We'd probably send each other that insane.
Oh, I know. But at least we won't be on our own.
Although you look at like death, loneliness, which wins out?
So anyway, James, how have you been for the last week since last Tuesday? Not since Monday.
No, it's not. No, yeah, not too bad. It's not too bad. Still, the as ever aches, pains, etc. But no, it's been pretty good. I've managed to see, I think, last week I saw a couple of family members. That was great. So, it's all been good on that front. And people seem to be, touch wood, generally doing all right. And who knows? We're allegedly entering spring. So soon it may become warmer. In a bit we'll be entering spring. I believe this myth that of heat will happen, which is kind of weird because I was talking to the people where I volunteer and I was saying, I can't get my head right. And we kind of discussed this in, my Michael Jackson glove tribute act, which is what I'm sticking to, is the fact that I used to always be warm all the time. So my blood, I always used to think my blood must run at a really high temperature. Now I'm just cold all the time. So I've clearly gone from being some warm-blooded like mammal to becoming a lizard. So at some point I'll probably have to buy a heat rock that I can sleep on at night.
Yeah, maybe you're a lizard person.
I think that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're aliens as well, so that also makes a lot of sense.
I was going to say, hopefully David Icke and his followers are not listening to this podcast. So,
hopefully they are. You never know.
Not sure about that one, but there will be more listeners. Yeah.
Well, yeah. We always welcome more listeners. And also, with regards to, because you said that your family members came over, so it was your dad and uncle, I think.
My uncle, yeah. All good there.
Yeah, and did you you went through and tidied the house. Tell us the story of what happened.
Well, I don't
because I already know it. But
yeah. I don't live in a pigsty. I try and keep the house as tidy as I can. But obviously, you just do a sweep around, so to speak, make sure everything's nice and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you make sure every room's looking presentable, etc. Thankfully, there wasn't too much to do, and you steam and clean all the floors, etc. Where you can do that. So I'd done all that. House was ready. We didn't leave the kitchen. We stayed in the kitchen the entire time. Now the kitchen was tidy. That's not a problem.
But you'd put loads of effort in for the other stuff.
Well, it's sod's law, because you can imagine the one time that you don't. Everyone would be like, "Yeah, let's just have a quick look around everything." And it always seems to be the situation when anyone comes to see me ever, say like my uncle comes to visit or someone, I'm always in the middle of tidying up when they appear. So it's like, the off chance thing they say, we might be around sometime today. So I'm like, okay, I'll just tidy up a bit. Or they pick a day that I usually tidy the house. That happens. But look, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot better. But you have to laugh at it, don't you? The fact that you put it in and you stay in one room. But hey, this is what happens in life.
Exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? But at least the house was lovely and tidy. Like you said, you're a tidy person anyway. But it had that extra little dusting done or whatever.
The extra. I remember once my father came to see me, and I kid you not, he was on the phone. It's obviously when my great aunt was still alive. He was on the phone to her, and she, saying, having a chat and things, and he ran his finger over the surface to check for dust.
What, at your house?
Yeah.
Well, I think I would have smacked him.
I was just quite amused by it. There's no dust for him to find, but it's like I watched him do it. Look at his finger clear. Yeah, no dust. Happy.
Well, at least my son's been looking after himself, is what he's thinking there, maybe.
Yes.
But yeah, how cheeky.
It doesn't bother me. No, yeah. I think it's all right. It was quite funny for me.
But John Stafford, don't you? It is John, isn't it?
It is. There was nothing for him to find. That was the main thing. So.
Exactly. But I was just going to tell your dad off for doing it in the first place. Don't ever come round my house and do that, Mr. Stafford.
No, he'll be there with what he'll do is he won't do the finger thing. He'll take out a fresh, clean handkerchief.
Or white gloves, keeping it in the theme of the glove.
There is dust on the. Yeah, it's like the jokes from the film. Dust is counted. Dust.
Yeah. Well, yes, yeah, no, but I think it, like you said, it is quite a funny thing, isn't it? That people do that, but I think people just do it without thinking as well. Yeah, so I imagine he probably didn't do it on purpose.
Possibly not. I think he might have done it with some amusement. To it as well, but yeah. I don't mind it. It's all good.
Nah, that's all right then. Well, yeah, and I was going to say my week's been all right. Thank you for asking, because you didn't.
Well, I didn't have to do, because I knew we were segueing into it. You literally, I was about saying, "How have you been?" You just started going into it. So,
well, sometimes, James, if you pause, it's a bit awkward. So then people don't know whether you're going to go on to ask them.
But it is as I expect. I'm a man. I'm podcasting with a woman, therefore I'm wrong. So I've learned my place in life.
That's all right then. As long as you've learned. But also you're James, so you're equally wrong.
Wait, so it's like double wrong. Well, does that mean that I can actually cancel out the wrong, or does it just mean it is double wrong?
I don't know how that works. Yeah, but just know you're not right.
Yeah, well, I've kind of got used to that in life already. So.
No, you're all right, apart from your half left as well. God, that's such an idiotic joke when we were kids.
I never remember that one, so it's a joke.
Oh, it's like I'm half. Are you all right? Yes, but I'm half left. No, you didn't say that.
No, it's not when it is. I've got no memory of it, but then I don't have memory of much anymore. So let's be honest.
Nah.
It could have formed part of my youth, and I've just blocked it out.
Well, I
Or
mean,
forgotten it.
yeah, you're not missing out if you've blocked that out. So it's not really not too bad for that one. So yeah, my week's been okay.
That's good. That's good.
Went into the office yesterday, which was good. It was nice to see, again, it's always nice to kind of have a change of scene, isn't it? So,
it is.
Yeah, like we kind of covered it from last week. So, but yes, so it was nice. And my mum has been making, if I said gonk to you, do you know what I mean?
Nope, not a clue.
No. Okay, well, there's these little characters. They're kind of like gnomes, but they're a little bit on the cuter side kind of thing. My mum, there's the dog.
Does Socks want to get in and discuss gonk with us?
Yes, I think so.
Or does he sense the blood of somebody from the postal service? It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But or it's just a leaf flew at the door, because it could be that as well, anything, any tiny noise, and that dog will go off. Yeah. But yes, anyway, Mr. Socks is really angry with you, James, for not knowing what a gonk is.
Okay. Before you say it, I just can imagine that with Socks will respond to all this stuff, and if he got burgled, he'd probably sleep through it.
No, I'm pretty certain. I don't think he would. He would. But yeah, that would be actually quite funny as well if he wants to actually do that. I mean, I don't want to ever be burgled, and I don't want to ever test that theory. But I think
tragically
also,
funny. Tragically funny, like when a clown dies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you could always just Google gonk as well, Gonk. So basically, it's like a little character. It's a little like gnome. It's got a big nose, and they've usually got big beards and stuff like that as well. And my mum's been making them out of footwear socks, so not the dog socks.
Good. I'm looking at what gonks look like. So
yeah, so they're quite cute little things. Anyway, there was this girl at work who she's just about to have a baby, so she's like less than a month away from having the baby now. So it's getting close. But and obviously not obviously, but she loves gonks as well. So my mum has actually made one that was like a little baby version. And again, I'll send you the picture, but obviously not right now, but I'll send it to you later. No. But yeah, it's so cute. It was so cute. It was like wrapped up in a little, it was a face cloth, but it looked like a little blanket kind of thing. And so I managed to give that to her yesterday because she finishes work on the 28th. So obviously,
that's really nice.
Yeah, I'm not in overly much at the moment, so I just wanted to make sure I went in to see her and to give her that. So
gonks to me look like the ultimate kind of Christmas little image, don't they? Very interesting. I've never seen them before, but I like them. They look different.
Yeah, they are. They're very, very cool. And they are ultimately like a Christmas thing, but they have been sort of like introduced more as a general thing rather than just a Christmas thing now. So you get like summer ones and stuff like that.
Nice. Sounds good. Sounds very good. There are some that looks like disturbing that I think from Dark Crystal that popped up on the images.
Yeah, probably. Probably. So I went into the office yesterday and did that. And yeah, over the week, I've been like a couple of times took the dog for a walk and stuff like that, which was really nice. And actually, I've got a story. And so when I go out with Socks, sometimes if I'm not going to the immediate sort of walking destination that's just up the road sort of thing, sometimes he has to go out in the car, and so he's always in the sort of back seat, but he's safe in the back seat, so it's fine. And I was stuck in traffic, and this was after our walk, and I sort of turned around in the car, turned around in the seat of the car, obviously me being the driver at this point. And I sort of...
I was just saying the dog's driving. That's a hell of a skill, but...
Well, I mean, I might have gone with my mum or Graham, but anyway, I like to paint a picture. So I'm sat in the driver's seat and, it's like traffic is not moving. It's not been moving for ages. And so I turned around in my seat so that I was sort of facing out of the passenger window, and just to give, just to sort of speak to Socks and say, hello, Socks, and give him a little stroke on the head and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yes, I talk to my dog all the time, but, I am a nutter, but it's okay because I think you should talk to animals. But anyway, the reason why this is a funny story is because this woman happened to be walking past as I turned around in my car. And, I'm sort of like I said, I was just chatting away. And she sort of walked up to the window and was like, why are you staring at me? And I was like, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm talking to my dog. And she was like, oh. But she was like really angry, like, in the fact that I turned around to speak, to like stare at her or whatever. I was like, oh God, no love.
You've attracted one of the nutters, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Nutters attract nutters, unfortunately. But, I was like, no, I'm just chatting with my dog, Yeah. You carry on walking. But yeah, it was... she was mentalist, but but there we have it. So I suppose that falls into the new category of on the road again with Gemma and James.
It's that worrying moment though, if someone comes to you something like that, and you literally for a split second have absolutely no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking to me? What? What?
And I automatically, like when I get into the car, I automatically lock the doors anyway. Mm-hmm. So, like when I'm driving and stuff, especially when I've got the dog in the car, because you never know, he might just pull a lever by accident and jump out, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's pretty hard for him to do that, but you never know. Or I could be stuck in traffic and somebody just decides to come along and steal him, Yeah. And that's another option as well, which anyone wants to steal him, I kick their asses. I'll kick their asses.
To be fair, also, if they steal the dog, they have no idea of the world they just bring themselves into.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I know, but oh my God, no, he's an amazing dog. You leave him alone, James. But don't say anything bad about my dog. I can say bad stuff about him, but you can't. And also, I love the fact that probably Graham. Graham.
Hello, Liam.
Hi, Liam. Graham probably is, potentially listening to this and going, he's actually my dog. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Sorry. So anyway, so that happened on one of the walks. And the other one was quite uneventful, really. So, yeah. He just likes to go up and, speak to other doggies and stuff like that. So, yeah, that was nice. And, yeah, I don't think anything else really exciting happened. Life is a bit boring at the moment. So, but it's more important for me to heal myself than anything else.
Yes.
So,
correct. Yeah. Spot on. I agree with you on that one. That's very true.
Yes. And so, but I have another on the road again as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this
is definitely becoming a new segment. So what happened on the road again?
I know. It's because I'm now writing stuff down as well. So actually physically writing it down, not just putting it on my phone, physically writing it down just so that I can remember things.
Excellent.
Yeah, so again, on the road again with Gemma and James. Which, James, you can get involved with this, by the way.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't on the road for these portions, but I'm listening. That's part of the problem. You tell me such a good story. I am actually like, go on.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
But yeah, no, for next week, or future weeks, if you see anything on the road, then this can be your segment as well. Okay.
Okay,
So
I will bear that one in mind.
Yeah.
Alternatively, what I'll do is start observing as much weird, crazy crap as I possibly can. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bring that to the show, definitely. Yeah, we need all of that and more.
All I keep seeing at the moment when you mention stuff is just angry road users.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This bit is only allowed to be the weird and comical type things. Although actually, I suppose I did have an angry lady shout at me when she realized that she was talking to the dog. I was talking to the dog, sorry. Anyway, so I just got home a couple of nights ago. I'd just been out for like a drive just to get out of the house and whatnot. And there was this man who was walking down the street. And as soon as I'd sort of parked up, he all of a sudden started sneezing, but he was sneezing really, really loudly. It was like proper loud, and it's quite a quiet area, so it probably echoed a little bit as well. But yeah, he sneezed, and I was like, oh, well, it kind of made me jump because, it was so loud. Yeah. But he actually had a sneezing fit all the way down the road. And it was like, it's quite a long road as well. And I was like, seriously, what is wrong with you, mate? Have you been sniffing pepper or something? Pardon?
It's not very good, is it? There is a cokehead.
I mean, that is a possibility, definitely, but he seemed pretty normal. Like, he didn't seem like he was on anything or whatever, but I think, he either just had some pepper in his pocket that he decided to have a little sniff of at the time, or I don't know. But yeah, it was really odd because it was just like, it was like 3 sneezes, and then it was like followed by, it was literally like probably about 10 sneezes that he did walking down the road. And I was like, seriously, what's that about?
Yeah, what's happening? Why? But it's also, as you said, the fact that it like freaks you out because it's a really little sneezing can easily make someone jump
out their skin.
Respond with shock. So yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah. I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got quite a dainty sneeze for the most part. It's like a and obviously I'm imitating it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Coupled with your fear of blowing your nose. This is a testing thing for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. One of our salty tadpoles, Owen Edmonds, our giant salty tadpole, he went to Iceland, not the shop, the country, with his mum. And he took, actually, that's quite funny. He went to Iceland with his mum. And and they decided to go to the penis museum because his mum wanted to. And Owen, I'm sorry if you don't want me to tell this story, but you shouldn't tell me information. But
it sounds wrong on many levels, but keep going.
Yeah, it sounds wrong, but it also sounds fun as well. And she sounds kind of very much like my mum. My mum would be like, yeah, let's go to the penis museum. But he said the strangest thing was that as soon as he got in there, he had a big nosebleed. Oh. And I was like following on from, I said, well, firstly, let's not talk about the nosebleed. But, a couple of days later, I think it was a day later, I was in the office and I was like, hold on, that was even funnier than I thought. Because I was like sending messages back, taking the piss sort of thing. And I said, oh my God, I've just realised something. You were in a penis museum and you had a nosebleed. Was it because you were banking so hard? Oh. So going back to our previous conversation a couple of weeks ago, yes.
It all full circle. It all makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I just thought it was quite sweet and comical in some ways that his mum wanted to go to the penis museum. So she sounds like my kind of lady.
Well, you could go to the penis museum together.
I think we might. Maybe meet in Wales first, Owen can come if he wants to. Or shall I say come along? Because that sounded really dodgy.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
So that was to be honest, it's not really, nothing really amazing or bad has happened. So it's not been, it's been a good week. So there we have it.
The thing is, nothing horrendous has happened. So that's all that really matters.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So have you got any Codswallop, James?
I don't think I have, to be honest. I think, again, it's other than like the rolling on from last time where I keep getting pain in my back that I think it's kind of then reoccurs. I'm not too bad. Yeah, it's the annoying factor for me is, just that I don't know that as more than anything. So I'm sorry, Salty Tadpoles. I've nothing that's really enraged me too much, if I'm honest.
Well, there's a surprise, Salty Tadpoles. There's a surprise. Yeah. I mean, James doesn't bring stuff on the road again with Gemma and James. And he also doesn't bring any Codswallops. So maybe it's getting to the time where we need to retire. What a load of Codswallop.
But isn't it's that interesting difference, Salty Tadpoles, that you have the enraged Gemma, the calm James.
Or the boring James and the interesting Gemma who finds something in life to moan about. I think that's what we could be saying.
Again, do you remember that gif I sent you of Reeves and Mortimer with the handbags?
Yes, I do remember. I can't remember what context you sent it in, but I also remember it annoying me a little bit.
It's because you were telling me off or something.
Well, there we have it.
Going back to my earlier point, I'm always wrong.
Exactly. But he does like to milk it, and he does like to make sure, that I am even more annoyed, I'm a fire sign, James. Please warn yourself.
Yes. Yep.
Anyway,
not just a fire sign, it's entire building raised to the ground.
I meant astral sign.
Ah, right. You're making an admission of arson then. Sorry.
No, not quite. But we'll see. Maybe I'll come to North Yorkshire one day and we'll see. So anyway, I have got Codswallop this week, everybody. So don't worry, I will keep you entertained. I have two, actually. Just one is a little bit on the controversial side, but I will use the right wording. And I'm gonna go with it anyway. So I'm gonna do that one first. And if James doesn't feel like making a comment about it, that is absolutely fine. And don't worry, James, it's not the one you think I'm talking about. It's another one. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So I've been obviously driving back and forth to work for just a little bit and whatnot. And I've noticed, obviously, you've got these wonderful horses on the side of the road. And the other day though, I was driving along, and they're obviously the travellers' horses. So there you go, I used the right term. But it was the fact that there was so much rubbish on the side of the roads, and it's so disappointing. I mean, I don't mind them being there, but just pick up your shit. Don't leave it all lying around. There was all these broken boxes. It was like somebody had done a major fly tip, kind of thing. And it was absolutely awful. And these horses, and I always get worried, like driving past the horses as well, because I don't know whether they're tied up properly or not, and whether they could bolt, because they're literally just at the side of the road eating the grass, kind of thing. But I'm putting them into the Codswallop box, but mostly because of the fact that they don't actually bother to clean up after themselves. So
No, you're not wrong. It seems to always be an issue when those communities appear, that there's just an absolute massive amount of crud left over.
Yeah.
When they go. So yeah, it doesn't help their cause, does it? Let's put it that way.
No, not at all. And I mean, if you choose that lifestyle and you want to do that, then absolutely fine, go for it. Do, I've said it before, you do you, kind of thing. But yeah, there's just no reason for, I suppose in a way, it frustrates me because they could be environmentally friendly. Do you know what I mean? Because they go by horse, kind of thing. They don't use a car, or for the most part, some probably do.
I'm pretty sure they do use cars most of the time because they roll up in caravans.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was horse-drawn,
No.
like caravans and stuff.
That element is there, I think, for some of them, but a lot of the time there are vehicles and generators and power things.
Oh, okay. Well, see, because I'm used to seeing the horse-drawn ones more than an actual car-driven one. But so. Yeah, it just seems, I don't know, it just seems so disrespectful to the environment. Like, yeah, just stop. Just pick up your crap, And
I can't. Invariably, somebody has to come along and tidy it up afterwards, unfortunately. So
yeah, exactly. So, it's not great. But anyway, so there was the slightly controversial one. So, and I'm doing the air quotes as well, even though nobody can see.
Well, they can sense those air quotes.
They can, yeah, they can. And the other Codswallop that I have is time wasters. So not me and you, because we can't log on to our computer, stuff like that. But actually, no, that's obviously a joke. But no, time wasters. So I've been trying to sell a Fitbit for the last months or so, really. And I went on to Facebook Marketplace, because I'm told that's a good place to sell stuff. I've had 4 people interested, and all 4 people, well, one of them didn't even bother to turn up. Actually, that was 2 of the people didn't even bother to turn up. They were sort of showing sort of interest in something, and then they, didn't bother. And then the other 2 people were actually polite enough to tell me that they weren't going to turn up. But, it's a pain in the ass because
it is.
Yeah. It's just these people, like I'm selling it obviously because I don't want it. I've said like I would like to have 30 quid for it, which is a reasonable price for it. It's not one of the most up-to-date ones, but it is, I've had a look to see how much it's worth, and it is about 30 quid. I've had people sort of say, "Oh, would you mind taking 25 for it?" And I said, "Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, because a fiver, I'm gonna cry over a fiver." But even that person didn't turn up. They were like, "Oh, actually, I've just checked my bank account and I can't do it now." And it's like, oh, really? Were you actually ever going to pick it up in the first place? So I've removed the listing now, and I'm gonna maybe do it at a different time. But yeah, it's just really, really pissed me off this last month or so.
It's the buggeration factor. I can give you a bit of a codswallop. It's at that moment. It's like when you're bidding on something on eBay and you think, yes, I'm going to win, and then bump, the rug's pulled right from under you. Or the strange one that I've never been able to get my head around is when you offer someone, because you do have the ability on certain items on eBay, and this has happened to me a few times, to make an offer.
Yeah.
But when you're offering, and like the person will stay so set on it must be this amount of money, and in some and so it never sells. But in some circumstances, I'm not even like offering them a massive amount below it. It's like maybe £10 or £5 sort of thing, and they still say no. But yeah, they obviously don't want to sell it that badly.
I think, yeah, in that case, I think most people, if they're going to say no, they, sticking to their guns. I think they've probably put the price up high so that they can't sell it, and then they can prove to somebody who is the person probably making them sell it that At least I tried.
Yeah, or it could just be like, I'm going to test the waters and see if there's any kind of interest, just to get a gauge, sort of thing. So, yeah, it's weird when that sort of stuff happens. And it is that, yeah, we'll go with that as my Codswallop. When you think you're going to win it, you're a reasonable figure, and the bastards pick you at the last few seconds.
Yes. Well, yeah. See, yeah, yours is the reverse scenario of mine in some ways, isn't it? So there you go. I'm trying to sell it. You're trying to pay for it. So if you want a Fitbit, do you want a Fitbit for 30 quid, James?
I'm going to be, unlike these people who've been messing you around, no, I don't want a Fitbit, but thank you for the offer.
Thank you for being honest.
There you go. You see, that's how sales should happen, people.
Yes.
But the reality,
non-sales.
That's non-sales. But the reality is, for Gemma, come on, people, buy the Fitbit. You know, even the dog recognises that someone should be buying the Fitbit. I'm with you, Socks. Yeah, the bastards.
There's the doorbell, so that's the person actually turning up now. So there we have it. But, fuck it, never mind.
It's all good. It adds to the experience. We know Socks is there. It's good.
Yeah, everyone can hear what chaos is like in my house. But there we have it.
It's chaos, but it's also known as something that's furry with 4 legs and a tail.
Yes. Yeah, I've got a couple other things that I wanted to talk about, and then we'll go from there. Cool. So I suggested to James to watch a program. So did you watch the program?
No, because I couldn't find anywhere to watch it, because the site I was trying to load it up on wouldn't work. But I'm intrigued. What the hell is this thing? So it just seems to be full of Saturday Night Live people, comedians.
Yes. Okay, so I, this week, also started watching a program called Is It Cake? Is it cake? There's so much emphasis on that. Now, I don't watch Saturday Night Live or whatever it's called. SNL anyway. And I didn't realize that the host of this program was actually something to do with that. So his name's like Mikey Day or something like that. But he seems like an absolute nutter. Is he a nutter?
I don't know if he's a nutter. Maybe this is an act.
Yeah, maybe.
Explain more of this, because I was like, this is weird. But there were loads of comedians from like SNL and 30 Rock and that kind of area. So what is this weird show?
Okay, so basically what the concept is that you've got these bakers, let's say 6. I can't remember exactly how many there are, but there's quite a few of them anyway. Actually, it might be like 9, something like that. And they're really sort of really good bakers, to be fair. So they're given like... Sorry, it's trying to get my head around it. It's so hard to explain.
This is like a damn weird show. But
It is. It's so weird because basically it's like they've, they'll give like a beach ball, for example, and a flip-flop, and or a set of flip-flops or whatever. And then they have to make the beach ball or the flip-flops out of cake. So...
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's like 6 items on the little pedestal thing, and so I'll lend you my Netflix account details. You can watch it, but basically, so you've got like 5 beach balls that are on display on different, like on one on each podium sort of thing, and then you've got the cake that's a beach ball, and the people who are sort of the judges are trying to work out which one of them is actually cake, and they've got like 20 seconds to work out which one it is. And
dear God, Alan Partridge shows are becoming reality, aren't they?
Yeah. So initially I started watching this thinking this would be actually quite a funny thing to be talking about, and obviously you couldn't find it, but But the problem is, James, it's grown on me.
Oh, no. I thought this might be the case. It's when you end up becoming addicted to like really crap stuff that's on television. It does happen.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, to the bakers, to the their artists, to the
Hmm.
people that are actually making the cakes, they are incredible. They're absolutely incredible cakes that they're making and whatnot, and they
Hmm.
really do look like there was one of them made like a loaf of bread or whatever, and out of cake, and it really looked like a loaf of bread. So from that aspect, it's really
Hmm.
good, but all of the contestants are all like really high pitched and very squeaky people.
Hyper. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all like, and like all that kind of shit. And I'm like, what are you doing?
It's basically it's the sort of thing that'd send a dog bonkers, isn't it? Because of the level it's at.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And you got this one baker who has got bright green hair and like the most insane green hair. But he also has like these glasses that are made out of like, well, it's not real bones, but fake bones. So it's kind of like that they've got, all these he's really kind of funky looking, and he's the kind of person that I would want to be friends with as well. But at the same time, it's quite a crazy look. Like his beard and mustache are green as well. He's very, very gay, but but quite a lot of them are, to be honest, on this. But yeah, not that there's a problem with people being gay, but he is very flamboyant, let's say, in that sense. But yeah, I, yeah.
It's. I mean, I'm trying to get my head around it now. I have seen these amazing images you see online where people have made things that where you've got to work out whether it's say made from a cake and it looks like a real item. So they might make a mug and you'd look and think, wow, that's a mug, but it is a cake. Or you'd see paintings where they look like a photograph sort of thing. But yeah. This show sounds so weird. I think I'm going to have to try again and see if I can hunt it down somewhere. But
it is. It's
I can't tell if it's just going to like piss me off.
Well, that's the problem where I'm at right now, James, is that it was pissing me off. It was annoying me. And I was thinking, this is perfect for Talking Codswallop podcast. I can have a moan and rant about it. But episode 5 came along and I was like, oh, bollocks. Now I really like it.
See, it's a bit like the thing that I saw recently was that Ant-Man film, the new one.
Oh, yeah.
And it was okay, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of these things that I suspect I probably need to be a bit more invested in it, and have a bit more knowledge about it. But I don't know. It was okay, but yeah. All these people are going, it's wonderful. Yeah.
No, I've not seen it yet, so I don't know. But I'll probably
I wouldn't say don't watch it. No, I'd say watch it, but it's not. I don't know. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I haven't sort of read anything about it or anything like that, to be honest. I can't really comment on that one, unfortunately. But I know that Paul Rudd's in it, and I like Paul Rudd, so hopefully that makes up for any negativity.
He is the man. So yeah, I think that it'd be good. Yeah, I do like him. His stuff is always very good. So
yeah,
but yeah, the weird cake thing. I think I'm going to have to hunt it down and try and watch it.
Yeah. So is it cake? And they really talk like that?
Oh dear Lord! No, this is going to annoy me, isn't it? I think I will have a look at it and I'll see see that could be my Codswallop, that it creates rage. I become more like you in the fact that it just makes me rageful.
Here's hoping.
I end up like Elvis shooting out my television.
Yeah. Well, at least you'll have something to bring to the Codswallop segment.
Yeah, I have no television.
Well, James, I don't know about you, but should we wrap this gorgeous episode up into a sexy little bow of weird stories of the week?
Yep. I mean, we've already covered a level of weirdness that hitherto has been unknown for me about the cake stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Let's run with that theme. Yeah.
Did you want to go first?
Yeah, why not? This is an interesting one. Could be a bit sticky, this one. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All prepared, This is one that might knock your socks off a little. So, a sperm donor with 60 children exposed after parents realized they looked the same.
Ooh.
And on top of that, as part of this article, I have to have a look at a picture of Ed Bloody Sheeran staring at me, which is
I
bad
know.
enough. But anyway.
I had the same thing just a second ago as well. And I was like, why is he there?
Ed Hobo Sheeran. Right. Anyway, he was a multi-millionaire.
Yeah. And apparently, I don't agree with his music taste, but apparently he's a very, very, very kind and nice person. So
well,
actually,
that's all right then. Yeah, it's nice. That's good. So
yeah, I think he does actually. Yeah, I think he does actually donate a lot of money and stuff like that for like charities and stuff like that. So, but regardless, I mean, I agree with you. I don't like Ed Sheeran much, but
I think what I experienced is #ginger fear, but I'll get through it. So,
tosspot,
which is quite an apt thing to say considering this article. But anyway, so. A sperm donor who fathered up to 60 children using different names has been exposed because all his children look the same. Well, that isn't a major surprise, is it? The unnamed man from Australia allegedly used 4 different pseudonyms to donate sperm to members of the LGBTQ plus community. But he was found out when some of the parents met at a barbecue and realised their children looked very similar, the Herald Sun reports. How unfortunate is that? Oh, like bizarre is it? That they turn up at a barbecue together.
Yeah.
After ringing IVF clinics across the country, they found the donor had only used one official clinic, but also sold his sperm on Facebook.
Oh my God.
And you think you're having Facebook Marketplace problems?
Although it sounds like he's actually getting more sales than I am.
He's been successful.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Anne Clark from Fertility First in Sydney confirmed her clinic used the donor only once, but he said he had been offering his services online in exchange for gifts. Interesting, yeah. Maybe that's interesting. Maybe no monetary gain. It is illegal in Australia to pay or give gifts for human sperm carrying a jail term up to 15 years. Oh, right, okay. But an increasing number of couples are turning to online forums offering donations. Facebook groups such as Sperm Donation Australia and Australian Backpackers Seeking Sperm Donation. Are we sure these are for sperm donation or porn sites?
I wonder.
But yeah, both this is not what you want to type in the Google search engine.
No,
and definitely not at work. Both have posts from childless couples looking for help. Amy Shackleton of charity Donor Conceived Australia, which wants tougher laws, said people talk about meeting up in a car park or hotel and passing over a fresh sample. I feel really bad laughing at this, but
I think to be honest, it is quite funny. But I was going to say at the same time though, if those people can't conceive and they really want a baby,
where I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, and especially with the LGBTQ plus, and I'm only pausing because I'm trying to remember what it's actually called. Because there's a lot of, I think I've probably missed the latter there, but I do apologize if I did. But so it's there's a lot of people that kind of turn around and say, oh, because you're the same sex or whatever, you can't have IVF or whatever, so yeah, I suppose there must be a demand for it.
And the article, the comment from Amy Shackleton is life ought to begin with dignity and not as a process of some unregulated anonymous transaction. That's a fair point. Yeah. And this being the Metro, that's the end of the article, guys and gals. But what a truly weird situation that is.
Yeah.
I think that guy's going to be serving some prison time, to be honest. So, was it really worth it, pal? Probably not.
See, he's going to prison for the white stuff, but for the wrong white stuff.
Yeah, he'll be probably seeing an awful lot of white stuff when he's in prison, whether he wants to or not. So,
It's all about the white stuff, all the white stuff. Oh, you can't really do that song to it, but there you go. Right, let's move on to my story then. But that was a very good one. And did you say 60 children?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and it is wow. Yeah.
Mm.
So there's also the element that's sad about what the problems it will cause, but it's just so truly bizarre.
Yeah, absolutely. So, right, moving on to some people that could potentially be one of his children. You never know.
You never know.
No. So this article is from Tuesday, the 14th of February. So it's a very Valentine's-y, very one. It is not Valentine's-y, really. It was supposed to be an article about a badger, but I happened to click on the wrong link, and this gave me what I think is probably a better one. So there we have it. So students put toaster on its side to make a cheese toastie. It didn't go well.
This doesn't surprise. Now, this is something a student I never did, but I can't say I'm surprised that it didn't go right.
No. There's a video on the Metro's website. It's 18 seconds long, and it looks like there's a lot of devastation there. So basically, students face their fair share of kitchen. Fucking hell. Right. Students face their fair share of kitchen disasters throughout their time at university, because obviously it's their sort of first time leaving home and whatnot. A mix of limited cash and newfound freedom can lend to an array of interesting and often rather burnt meals.
Mm-hmm.
This can certainly be the case at the Avery Hill Road accommodation block in Avery Hill, London, yesterday. A group of students had turned a toaster on its side in an attempt to make a cheese toastie.
I don't understand the on its side part, but I'm hoping this will become clear. I remember you could buy bags of, you could put stuff in the toasters, you could cook things in them. I remember that being a thing, but
I'm guessing.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they don't know about the bags. So what they're thinking is that they can't put the toast, they can't put it in the toast, because I don't know if it is going to tell us or whatever. But it basically, if they're trying to make a cheese toastie, and they've got the cheese in the middle, they're probably thinking they don't want it to slide out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're putting it on the side.
Yeah. Still not going to end well, is it? But
no. Yeah. The kitchen equipment sparked a blaze that soon gutted the entire room. There were fortunately no reports of any major injuries, which obviously that's the most important thing. Firefighters are now warning people not to use toasters on their side to make cheese on toast. Unfortunately, poor firefighters have to actually say sentences like that nowadays. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just looking at more pictures of the damage. A London Fire Brigade spokesperson said the fire started after the resident placed a toaster on its side, oh my God, and inserted bread and cheese, then left it cooking unattended. And only use electrical products for their designated. So basically, use electrical stuff properly. Basically, toasters need to be kept clean to prevent fires and are not designed to be used on their side. I think we have got the point now, Metro. Not only does it generate heat onto the work surfaces, but the dry leftover crumbs from the bottom of the toaster can get into the hot elements and ignite. It's also really important that you always check toasters and other appliances are turned off and unplugged when they're not in use, unless they're designed to be left on, like your fridge or freezer. And so this has gone from being quite funny to now being an educational story, and it's doing my head in a little bit, but there we have it. um, Keep clutter to a minimum on your kitchen work surfaces. So, James, your dad would be proud of you if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be too impressed if I burnt the bloody house down with a toaster, and I certainly would be impressed with myself. I would like to say what I do like is that, as you said, the article is annoying you. So, salty tadpoles, feel safe in the knowledge that rageful moment.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes, keep clutter to a minimum on the kitchen work surfaces, especially near toasters and hobs. As they can accidentally switch them on or catch fire. Part of the ground floor of the 3-story block was damaged by fire. It's a Metro article. There is a little bit more, but honestly, I'm not reading anymore. It's gone from fun story to boring story within a breath. So, but
it's also the thing is, looking at the pictures, how in the name of God do they just leave it on? How has he done that?
I know, it is absolutely insane. I'm not quite sure what was going through this person's brain. I think it's more the case that they didn't have a brain to think of, but
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I might have told this story before, but when I was at university, one of my housemates, I think I came back from, I was either at the gym or I've been at the library working.
Mm-hmm.
Or I might come back from the job I had, actually. I can't remember. But anyway, I came out to the house. I'm like, why is everything coming on? Why does everything stink? Why is there smoke everywhere there? What's happened? And one of the guys I lived with didn't realize he had to add water to pasta. So he just thrown it in a pan and left it turned on.
Oh no, what an idiot.
So that happened. But he didn't manage to burn half the house down. So I'm not really sure how a toaster has done this. Well, all I can think is it spread to the things around it. But yeah. Love it, heck.
It's actually quite funny at the moment as well, because I don't know if it's been picked up on mic, but my mum and her friend are having a really good laugh, and it's quite good in time with your funny story. So
excellent. If they're making toast, Gemma, run now.
I will. Right, James. Well, I don't know about you, but I need a wee, so I'm sure you do. So let's wrap up this week's episode. So in that case, I think that we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have always been James.
He has, and he paused again, everybody. He paused again.
Yeah, keeps you on the toes. It's because my brain's knackered. Maybe I'm trying to remember my own name.
I think that's more the case, yeah. Because it doesn't keep us on our toes. Because I just edit out the gap. I'm not going to edit out this week so that everyone knows what the silly gap is.
Yes.
The things I have to put up with for this podcast.
Shocking.
Right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.